Hi everyone, in this video we learn about parallel and perpendicular lines. More specifically, given the line whose equation is stated here, as well as the coordinates of a point, and I'll say the point with coordinates 2, 3, we're going to see how to find the equation of the line that's parallel to this line which passes through this point, as well as the equation which is perpendicular to that line, which again passes through this point. And for each of those two cases, there'll be a specific rule that we'll need to know about the gradients of parallel and perpendicular lines. And for me to be able to state that rule, let me write two generic line equations. The first will be y equals to m sub 1x plus b sub 1, and the second will be y equals to m sub 2x plus b sub 2, where the subscripts 1 and 2 are simply there to distinguish these two lines. Okay, when it comes to parallel lines, any two lines, such as the two lines we have here, will be parallel if and only if their gradients or slopes are equal. In other words, if m sub 1 equals to m sub 2. And I'll quickly box that. This is the key rule to remember for parallel lines. So going back to the line equation we have here, y equals to 2x minus 6, if we're told that we have to find the line parallel to this one which passes through the point with coordinates 2, 3, here's how we would do that. First of all, we know that we're looking for a line equation. So we know that we're looking for something looking like this, y equals to mx plus b. The second thing I'll point out is that we know, thanks to the rule we just boxed here, that if this line is to be parallel to this one, then its gradient m has to equal to 2. So we can already state, well, we know that m has to equal to 2, so we know that the line equation has to look like this, y equals to 2x plus b. We're nearly there. All we have to do now is figure out what b is. And for that, we'll make use of the fact that we know that this line has to pass through the point with coordinates 2, 3. And in fact, I'll copy the coordinates here. It has to pass through this point with coordinates 2, 3. And since this line has to pass through this point, that tells us that if we replace the x we have here by the x-coordinate of the point, so 2, then the y value we should obtain from this line equation has to equal to the y-coordinate of the point, so 3. And so to figure out what b is, all we actually have to do is replace the x we see here by the x-coordinate of the point, and the y we see here by the y-coordinate of the point. And that would look something like this. We'd have 3 equals to 2 times 2 plus b. That quickly becomes 3 equals to 4 plus b. And subtracting 4 from both sides of that equation, we quickly obtain 3 minus 4, which is negative 1, which equals to 4 minus 4, which is 0, plus b. So negative 1 equals to b. In other words, b is equal to negative 1. And we've now found the value of b. So using that value of b as well as the gradient we had stated earlier on, which remember was simply equal to the gradient of the line that was given, we can state this line's equation as y equals to 2x minus 1. And that's the answer. This line is parallel to the line that was given and passes through the point with coordinates 2, 3. And before I move on to the rule for perpendicular lines, let's quickly make a sketch of the line that was given to us to begin with, so y equals to 2x minus 6, as well as the line we just found, y equals to 2x minus 1, on the xy grid we see in the upper right hand corner here. And for the sake of doing that, let me go ahead and zoom in on our xy grid here. There we go. Okay, so remember the line that was given to us had equation y equals to 2x minus 6. And the minus 6 that we have in that line equation tells us that this line crosses the y-axis at y equals to negative 6. So that's already one point that we know the line passes through. And all we need now to draw that line properly is one other point through which that line passes. And careful, this line is the one that was given to us in the question. And it doesn't pass through the point with coordinates 2, 3. So we need to find another point through which this line passes. And although we don't have to choose this point, I would strongly recommend that the second point you look for to draw this line be the x-intercept. In other words, where the line crosses the x-axis. And to do that, we start from the line equation y equals to 2x minus 6, and since we're looking for the point at which it crosses the x-axis, we know that at that point, the y-coordinate has to equal to 0. So replacing the y in that line equation by 0, it quickly turns into 0 equals to 2x minus 6, and all we have to do now is solve this equation for x. And by all means check, but solving that equation for x quickly leads to x equals to 3. So that line crosses the x-axis at x equals to 3, which would be right here. Okay, now that we have those 2 points, we're ready to draw the line which passes through them both, which would look something like this. There we go. That's the line whose equation is y equals to 2x minus 6. Now for the line whose equation we just found. Remember, that was y equals to 2x minus 1, where the minus 1 at the end of that line equation tells us that the line crosses the y-axis at negative 1. And just as for the first line we drew, to draw this line we need a second point through which it passes. And we were given one in the question. Remember, we found the line parallel to this blue line, which passes through the point with coordinates 2, 3. So we know that the line we're about to draw has to pass through the point with coordinates 2, 3, so that's 2 across and 3 upwards. So that's this point right here, with coordinates 2, 3. And now that we have those 2 points, all we need to do is draw the line passing through them both. So something looking like this. And there we go. That's the line y equals to 2x minus 1, which is parallel to the one that was given, and passes through the point with coordinates 2, 3. And looking at the 2 lines we have here, hopefully it's clear that these 2 lines are definitely parallel. So the rule that we saw, that is the fact that their gradients are equal, definitely means that the 2 lines are parallel. Okay, now let's learn about perpendicular lines. Let me quickly zoom back out. Okay, when it comes to 2 perpendicular lines, there's also a rule which involves the 2 gradients. So referring back to these 2 generic lines again, whose gradients were m sub 1 and m sub 2, any 2 lines will be perpendicular if and only if the product of their gradients, so m sub 1 times m sub 2, is equal to negative 1. And I'll go ahead and box that result. That's a very important rule as well. So let's go ahead and see how we can use this rule to find the line which is perpendicular to this one, and that passes through the point with coordinates 2, 3. Well, again, we know that we're looking for a line equation. So our starting point really is, we're looking for something which can be written as y equals to mx plus b. But since the line that we're after has to be perpendicular to this one, its gradient m alongside the gradient 2 that we have here have to follow this rule. So the gradient we have here, 2, times the gradient we're after, m, has to equal to negative 1. And so if I write that out, and I'll just put a little perpendicular symbol here, if I write that out, we know that 2 times m has to equal to negative 1, where again m is the gradient of the line that we're trying to find, and the 2 that we have here is the gradient of the line that was given to us. And looking at this, we can rearrange this to make m the subject. Indeed, if we divide both sides of this equation by 2, we quickly find that m is equal to the opposite of, or negative 1 over 2. And I'll go ahead and box that result. There we go. So to be clear, any line that's perpendicular to the one that was given to us in the question has to have a gradient equal to negative 1/2. And I should say before I carry on, if ever you prefer writing m equals to negative 0.5, that's perfectly acceptable as well, and you can choose whichever of the 2 you prefer. Okay, so using the fact that we now know that m is equal to negative 1/2, the line equation that we're trying to find can already be written as y equals to negative 1/2 times x plus b. And now we can see that all we're left to find here is the value of b, and to do that we turn to the fact that we know that this line has to pass through the point with coordinates 2, 3. And so I'll quickly copy those coordinates here. We know that this line has to pass through the point with coordinates 2, 3. Now what this tells us is that if we replace the x that we have inside this equation by the x coordinate of this point, then the y value we get has to be equal to the y coordinate of the point. And so to figure out what b is, all we'll have to do is replace the x we have here by 2 and the y we have here by 3. So this becomes 3 equals to negative 1/2 times 2 plus b. Now to take care of this negative 1/2 times 2, well, I like to think of this as the opposite of, instead of the word negative, 1/2 times 2. And 1/2 times 2 means 1/2 of 2, and 1/2 of 2, well, that's just 1. So this quickly becomes 3 equals to negative 1 plus b. So now, quickly solving this for b, we can add 1 to both sides of this equation. So if I quickly write that, that's plus 1 here and plus 1 here, which leads to 3 plus 1, which is 4, which equals to negative 1 plus 1, which is 0, plus b. So 4 equals to b. In other words, b equals to 4. And we've now found b. And so combining these two results, we can now state this line's equation as y equals to negative 1/2 times x plus 4. And we're done. And I'll go ahead and draw this line on the same xy grid that we used earlier on. But before I do so, let me quickly point out that we could also write this line equation as y equals to negative x over 2 plus 4. Indeed, whether I write negative 1/2 times x or negative x over 2 makes no difference whatsoever. That being said, let's go ahead and draw this line. And so again, I'll zoom in on the xy grid. There we go. And now I'll draw that line. Well, we know that the line passes through the point with coordinates 2, 3. So that's the point we had already plotted previously. Furthermore, the plus 4 that we have at the end of this line equation tells us that this line's y-intercept is the point on the y-axis whose y-coordinate is positive 4. So that would be this point right here, which I'll label 4. And so now that we have the y-intercept as well as the point 2, 3 through which the line passes, we can go ahead and draw the line, which looks something like this. And there we go. That's the line y equals to negative 1/2 of x plus 4. And comparing this new orange line to the one that was given to us in the question, so that was the blue one we have here, hopefully it's quite clear that these two lines are at a right angle to each other. In other words, they're perpendicular. It's also worth pointing out that the green line is the line which was parallel to the blue one, which we had found previously, and because it's parallel to the blue line, it will also be at a right angle to the orange line. So the orange line and the green line are also at right angles to each other. And there we have it. And as I've resized the window, I can see that the orange line's equation no longer appears. That was y equals to negative 1/2 of x plus 4. And there we have it. That's how, given a line as well as a point, we can find a line parallel to it passing through that same point, as well as a line perpendicular to it passing through that point as well. To finish, all I'll say is do make sure to make careful note of these two rules here. Remember, if two lines are parallel, then their gradients are equal, and if they're perpendicular, then the product of their gradients has to equal to negative 1. Okay, all that being said and done, that's it for this tutorial.